and welcome back to Cuckoo for Books. My name is Salva and today I have another book review for you guys. This time we're doing Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. So it's been a while since my last Lunar Chronicles review. I did the last one back in May or April, I forget, but you can watch it over here. So Scarlet is the sequel to the very first novel, Cinder. But this time it's not just from Cinder's point of view. This time we also get to see Scarlet's point of view, who is an important part of the Lunar Chronicles universe, as we will soon find out throughout the book. Scarlet is a retelling of the fairy tale Red Riding Hood. The book starts with Cinder imprisoned and Scarlet looking for her grandmother, who mysteriously disappears. Eventually, Cinder was able to escape with the help of Carswell Thorn. Scarlet tries to look for her grandmother with the help of a street fighter named Wolf. Adventure awaits them! The action in this novel is a huge step up from the first book. There's definitely a lot more fighting scenes because we are dealing with characters who are actual trained fighters this time. I really like, in particular, the scenes in the opera house and in the tavern. I also like the setting of France in general because it makes me think of nice, pretty valleys and forests and quaint little towns, and we go to Paris towards the end of the novel, and I really like the way Marissa Meyer describes all of the locations in this book. I think that's one of the great things about her writing, is that her descriptions easily bring to life this universe that isn't supposed to be familiar, but it kind of is familiar. She makes it sound like it's the Paris that we know, or the Beijing we know, instead of a Beijing and a Paris 300 years in the future. I really like the way Scarlet and Wolf's friendship and relationship developed. They spend a lot more time together than Kai and Cinder did in the first book. I think Scarlet and Wolf, towards the course of the entire book, sort of do the relationship arc very well. The division of POVs, you know how in the first book we got Cinder's point of view mostly, and then in the second book now we've got Cinder and Scarlet, and I know in Crest they're just gonna divide the POVs even more. I have mixed feelings about that. You get to know the world more, but then with Cinder I was so used to just learning about the world from Cinder's point of view and spending time with her and getting to know her as a character, and I feel like she wasn't in this book as much as I would have wanted her to be. But again, at the same time, you get to know more characters, and I love Scarlet as a heroine, if not more than Cinder. I absolutely love the friendship between Cinder and Thorn. I think that because from the first book we kind of know that Cinder and Kai's endgame. It was kind of nice knowing that when Cinder entered her friendship with Thorn, that they were just gonna be platonic friends and nothing more. There was no hope of a relationship between them. They were just gonna be bros for life, and I really love their interactions. I think they melded so well. They make such a good pair, and even though we didn't get to see much of Cinder's POV in this book, I'm glad that her scenes were done with Thorn. Also really glad that we got to see the return of Aiko. She still got her sense of humor. I love how involved she was in the whole novel and how the author was able to figure out a way to kill her, but then bring her back in such an important role. So forever Team Aiko, man. I love her. And now for the spoilery part of the novel. I really love the way Scarlet and Wolf's relationship developed. I thought it was so organic. There was a part where even Scarlet goes, wait, we've only known each other for a day, but it doesn't even feel like a day to the readers because they've gone through so much. Of course, the big betrayal at the end. I didn't know what to feel because Wolf was turning out so well, and then you find out that LSOP doesn't even mean loyal soldier to the Order of the Pack, but Lunar Special Operative, and then that's when you feel all the betrayal and all the feels. I felt like the chemistry kind of broke down from like their train moments and their walking through the woods moments. I'll see if he can earn my trust back, but now I can sort of see what he's capable of. And I know deep down he's a mushy guy, but again, we can't trust him because he's so easily brainwashed. So I really don't know how to feel about Wolf now. I really hope that Torin doesn't end up letting us all down because he's become such a good father figure to Kai. And I would feel terrible if it was one of those plot twists where he was trying to gain Kai's trust all along, all the while using it to eventually turn against him. So I really hope he doesn't turn into one of those characters because he kind of has that vibe. He kind of has that traitory vibe. Never trust the king's advisor because they're always gonna want to be king. You just don't trust them. So I'm kind of hoping he doesn't turn out to be one of those, and I hope he just turns out to be like a dad to Kai. All in all, this was such a good novel. I loved Cinder. Scarlet was definitely, in terms of action, in terms of romance, such a huge level up. I'm so glad that we got to see more of the world and find out more about Cinder's past and how she came to be on Earth. If Cinder was like our first step into the world, this was like a jump into the pool. And that is it for my Scarlet review. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you've read the book. Don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, both at Cuckoo for Books, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys!